2009 FSU game?
Probably.
Last
Was
time?
it? It was
Okay.
here?
Tebow's last game?
Yeah, I was here.
Memories?
I remember we won, and then that's the year they went undefeated, lost SEC championship, right? Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, it was a good game. I remember, Florida was a dominant program at the time. They played really well and was able to come out with a win.
Did you? Is it hard to realize that that's the last time the Gators have won in the Swamp against them? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
And
It's tough. Florida State had a really good program. They still have a really good program. During those 11, 12 years, they were competing for national championships and playing at a really high level. So, it doesn't surprise me that, we haven't beat them in such some time. Hopefully we can go out this Saturday and change that.
What do you hope the legacy is of the senior class?
I just hope that, we're remembered for, I guess, the leading class to kind of help turn this program around. I think, my freshman year we were kind of, a dominant program, and then we dipped my sophomore year. And, last year I think we really made that turn just to bring this university back to, national prominence, I should say. So I think a lot of that had to go with, this senior class just buying in the Mullins program, doing everything the right way, working as hard as we can, getting other guys to work as hard as they can so that we can be successful and put ourselves in the positions that we've been in.
Josh, you're one of a couple guys on this team that's the younger brother of a Florida football player. Does that change the senior day experience just because you've had some experience with it already?
I don't think it does. I remember my brother's senior day. My mom sent me the picture last week and was like, "This is gonna be you in a week," because I was on the field when he did it. So now we'll get to flip flop. So it'll be a pretty cool experience. But I think it's different when you're the actual player. I was a fan back then, so I wouldn't have imagined, doing it 8 years ago when it happened, 6 years ago when it happened. So it's definitely a different feeling, different experience, and just excited to go out there with my family.
Have you talked to Frankie at all about what that whole thing was like?
I have not. He probably won't tell me, though. He'll probably try to let me figure it out for myself. That's kind of the type of person he is.
Yeah, this senior class it's got one from the one class, recruiting class, one from another recruiting class, and then the 4 transfers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like the new norm for college football. But to kind of integrate all your personalities together, has that been a part of the challenge?
Definitely. I think we do a really good job in the off season of, getting a lot of guys mixed with a lot of different people and just getting guys to interact with each other, learn more about each other. We have our little off season competition groups, and you're placed in groups randomly, and you got to try to figure out how to win within your group. And I think having all those different people within your group make you have to learn each other, have to get to know each other, because at the end of the day the common goal is to win. So if the common goal is to win, you'll end up gelling with everybody because you have to come together to try to achieve that common goal. And I think being able to do that in the off season has definitely helped us come together during the season to help us win these big ball games when we have to.
When you guys, the senior class, especially the offensive players, was part of that recruiting message come and get Florida's offense back to where it should be?
Yeah. When I was being recruited, that was kind of a big thing. Just being able to have the opportunity to play early and trying to get our offense back on track to where it was in the past. That was definitely a big thing when I was getting recruited to come here.
Obviously, different coaching staff now, but do you think you guys have done that? You guys have kind of changed the culture of offense where Florida had slipped before when you were being recruited?
Definitely. I definitely think we have. I don't get as much, hate on Twitter for our offense anymore. So I think we have, definitely headed in the right direction. And, it'll be big for the university in the future with recruiting and things of that nature as well.
Back to Twitter, you've noticed the jokes about your age or how old you look on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I read a story. It said you're shaving to look younger for senior day.
Yeah. For my mom.
For your mom.
Yeah. She'll appreciate it. She hates my facial hair.
So that's not a so you look younger thing. It's just for mom
yeah, it's for
and
my
pictures.
Mom. No, it's for my mom.
Coaches always talk Talk about how you have to run the ball in this league to win. How have you guys been able to win without running the football, do you think?
I think we've just, Coach Mullen does a good job of scheming up plays to help us be successful. He puts us all in great position to, make plays when the ball comes our way, and I think we've been able to make those plays, which is why we've been able to, win ball games without being able to, necessarily run the ball. Guys are, excited. P. Ron doesn't, get mad about not getting so many amount of carries or anything of that nature. He won't mind going out wide and catching the ball. That's nothing, So there's none of that going on. I think a lot of guys just are excited to go out there and make plays, and I think Coach Mullen does a good job of putting people in the right position to make those plays.
And back to FSU winning 4 in a row here, is it kind of hard to fathom an opponent winning 4 games in a row in the Swamp?
It is. You don't expect to lose at home that much, and now knowing that they've won so many, it'll definitely, put a little chip on our shoulder just to go out there and execute, because we're not a team that, wants to lose at home at all.
Are you an emotional person? So, like when you go out there senior day, are you going to hold it together? Is it going to be kind of a breeze, or is it going to get kind of tearful for you?
I think I'll be fine. I think it probably won't hit me till after the fact when it, all like winds down. But in the moment, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be more focused on the game than, rather it being like my last time.
From a personal standpoint, how do you want to be remembered as a Gator?
I just want to be remembered as a person that, always put his best foot forward, always, is willing to help others within the team, and, always worked his hardest every day to try to help, our team accomplish the goal of winning. And I think I've been able to do that within my 4 years here. So I'm just excited to have able to put the Gator jersey on and represent my family the way that I've been able to, and win as many ball games as I could.
Josh, Coach said when you guys had your first team meeting with this group this year after the bowl game last year, he talked about how hard it was to go from 10 wins to 11 wins or
Right.
11 to 12. What did that message kind of mean to you guys, and how did you embrace it?
We just knew we had to work a lot harder than we did the year before. We knew that nothing was going to be given to us. We knew that we was going to have to, earn it each and every day in the off season, in training camp, and spring ball to, get to the position that we're in now, because, it was easier to go from 4 wins to 10 wins than it is to go from 10 to 11. We definitely have a bigger target on our back. Guys want to beat us every week now. We've been able to come out and execute and play at a high level when we needed to, and, hopefully we can win these last 2 ball games and put us in position to have an 11-win season.
Is that something that would come up during workouts? Like you guys would say, hey, we need to get to 11 wins, or just kind of understood?
I think it was just more understood. I don't think it was something that we had to preach about. It was kind of understood within our work ethic.
What quality stands out to you about David Rhys the most?
He works really hard. I've lived with Rhys since day one. We still live together, so I probably know him better than anybody on this football team. He works really hard. He loves the game of football a lot. He has a lot of passion about this game, and he really wants to be successful. He really, he'll put everything to the side to, what he eats, the things he does outside of the building to make sure that he can put himself in position to be successful. And I think, his work ethic and the way he goes about his business has definitely, prepared him and allowed him to play the way that he's played here at the University of Florida. And, he's a great person to be around.
What's the most, different or surprising example you've seen that maybe other players aren't doing? Like you were saying, his diet or the way he studies film, or what is it?
Right. So, I live with him, so I spend the most time with him out of everybody. So, but there'll be times where he'll want to lose weight or whatever. He'll feel like he's a little heavy, and he'll go a month of straight Chipotle, eating strictly rice and beans, no meat, nothing else, and things of that, just so he could cut down on his weight. I've seen him do that. There'll be times, Josh, can you come take me to the stadium so we can watch film together? We'll go watch film late night. Just the two of us, just to get ahead in our game and try to help ourselves be successful, to put ourselves in position to where we want to be in the future.
What's it say about him that he came all the way from Michigan? That was a pretty big risk. And talking to some people around him, a lot of people are like, really, you're going to go play in the SEC? Thinking maybe you wouldn't be able to do it.
Right. So I've definitely asked him, what made him come down here, and he's straight up told me that he wanted the opportunity to play in the SEC. He felt like the SEC was the best conference in college football, and he wanted to be a part of that. So, that's what came him down here. He got recruited by Coach Shannon. Coach Shannon brought him down from Michigan, and, he was really excited to get out of the cold and have an opportunity to, come play in Florida a little bit and be a part of a defense that was really successful at the time when he was being recruited. And he knew that he could be a part of that and be something special as well. Probably. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. It was me, him, Chauncey, and Jordan Smith. And then Chauncey ended up moving out. Then we had Jakai, Polite, and then it was us four. And then me and Rhys both moved off together. And we've been living together ever since. Yeah. Nah, he's clean. He keeps his stuff intact. Good.
Y'all have been in FSU's position before.
Mhm.
Kind of a down season, losing the coach before it's over. Just what do you remember about that mindset? How maybe demoralizing is it? What can you tell us about maybe what FSU's mindset is right now?
It definitely sucks. You never want to, lose your coach, especially halfway through the season, and have to go through that, change, and a bunch of questioning going through your head because you don't know what's next, what's going to happen after the season. And I definitely know how they're feeling. They're probably kind of just wanting to get it over with. I think we were kind of getting to that point where we were kind of just ready to get it over with and see what was next for us in the future. So, I'm pretty sure that's kind of their mindset and what they have going on. But they still have a lot to play for. They're 6-5. They have the opportunity to go to a bowl game, so they're going to get to go to a bowl game. And I'm sure they want to, try to come to a swamp and continue that winning streak alive as well. So they're going to be on their A game, and we got to continue to prepare this week to, make sure that we're on our A game as well so that we can execute at a high level.
And then I want to hear more about these film sessions with just you and Rhys. I mean, what have you learned from those with just the two of you?
Well, we get different outlooks on things. Since I play receiver, he plays linebacker, so I more so help him in the passing game, and he more so helps me with running stuff that I would never have thought about, just because, I'm a receiver. So he's definitely helped me understand defenses a lot because, he's Mike, so he's kind of the guy that puts a lot of people in position to help them be successful. And, the calls that he makes, why he makes it, what defense they would check to depending on, different formations and things of that nature, which helps me understand on the offense side of the ball because now I understand why they're doing certain things, which would help make me be more successful because I understand why they're doing it to what we're doing, and same thing vice versa. So.
We'll wrap it up with Bob in the back. So FSU struggled this year, but they still have a lot of talent. How important is the Swamp on Saturday?
The Swamp is going to be big for us. Home field advantage has always been our thing. We haven't lost at home this year at all. So being able to have the Swamp behind us, especially at a night game, it'll be rocking. And, we just need all our fans to come out and support us and help us, try to go get a win against Florida State to end this streak.